That piece of hair. Oh wait, no. What was it? Yeah, I could. What is that? The hair. Show me. No, the more. I don't like struggle ends. Okay. Why am I doing this live? I'm doing this live just in case somebody stops in and wants to hang out while I read these. I called them emails, but they're not emails. Apparently, they're letters. I guess it's called a report, but it's not emails. And I did say emails earlier. So, what I'm doing in this is, as I said, I'm trying to go down. Um, what's the word? Because this is 2022. So I'm trying to go as numerically as possible through all the back evidence. And I was calling these emails. They're not emails. They are. Woohoo! Hey, Margaret. Well, I just decided I'm gonna, I was gonna sit here and do this as a pre-record, and I thought, well, heck, I'm gonna read them. I'm trying to do in order the information that I've been able to find, which it's old information, obviously, but I'm trying to put it in an order of time. So I thought, well, heck, except for if I want to go take a break, I don't think there's a pause on a live. I wish there was. I hope you're doing well. So last night I was sitting and I was reading this, and then I was writing down the differences, and holy moly, are there a lot just in a matter of days. And that's very interesting to me. So I'll show you what I'm looking at just because, hey, why not? Um, what is this called? This one. I have it, it says emails, but this is what I have right here. Now, the first 3 pages right here are actually down here. So they're in 2 places. But the interesting thing is the dates of which they were written, the dates of which supposedly the interviews were, and so yeah. So what I'm going to do, I thought I was going to keep them in dates, and we know that I'm pretty sure my memory is so bad. Um, oh, hey, Margaret. I hope you had a good weekend away. It is so nice. We got to go see my aunt. It was only one day, but it was really nice to go visit, to just get out of what's normal around here. Well, hello, Kelly. Nice to meet you. Hi. All right. So the thing is, I'm going to go ahead and read the interviews with Jennifer McCabe. Although I've probably read them once, I'm going to read them again. There's a lot of differences, and it's just amazing to me. So, when you take into a fact that they've had these conversations, and then, like, Jennifer McCabe was interviewed by Trooper Michael Proctor, but then she was interviewed by, I believe, Prince at, at just a few days after this one. And the differences already are amazing. You can see the embellishing starting. You can see we're trying to start putting some doubt in and around Karen that hadn't been there before. And this new DA that's being paid, so they say, $1 million, which I think Canton residents should have an absolute fit about, right? Well, hi, coffee cake. So let me just say, as much time has gone by, as much as I've thought about it, as much as I read it, as much as I look at it, I don't see how, if this special prosecutor has any brains, I'm not even going to say integrity, because none of those people have integrity. They're all crooked. I hope he comes in and really looks at this stuff and says, there's no way in hell you can win this. But I doubt that. He's already scheming on how to win a case on speculation, win a case on somebody's view. And the thing is, it's very, very interesting to me, from everything I've looked and everything I've read, the first person that said that Karen Reed said, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him, was Katie McLaughlin, who went to school with someone named, what's her name? Um, is it Chris? No, the Albert's daughter. Is it Kristen? Kristen and Tristan? No way, that can't be. That just sounds too silly. Well, we'll get to it. But she had so many, she's had stories too. So I don't understand how this went to trial. Caitlin, thank you so much, Margaret. Mercy. One would think I could at least have a few people in the thought process of my brain that stay there, right? My heavens. I knew who she was, just that. So I'm going to start with Michael Proctor's, because he actually is the first one that interviewed her. So I'm also going to message my family and see if anybody will respond to bring me a cup of coffee, because my coffee's cold. And 1 second here. It's so funny. I started this long time ago, and then I just end up just now getting going. I want to say it took me about 2 hours to be able to. I'm in such demand, aren't I? Just such demand. Let me see. Thank you, coffee cake. Why didn't she ask? Hit him with what? Why didn't she report to anyone on scene? Oh my God, she just said that she hit him. Right? That would have been the perfect opportunity. Never once did they treat this as a crime scene. Never once. This was a fallen police officer dying in the front yard of another police officer. To even try to make people think that nobody in the house knew what was going on, you can't get past that. Not with me, not in my brain. So I don't know how much further they go. Okay, Karen's car was at John's house when they went searching for John. At which case, Karen's car was still there when she was at the hospital. If in fact, and we know that they started trying to spin some story, their minds are racing because, oh my God, Karen was not supposed to wake up. Karen was not supposed to have found John O'Keefe. See, I don't think they initially planned to, right, it was at John's house. And at any given time, they could have gone and taken a picture of the tail light. Nobody has any photos of that tail light prior to the cops, the Canton police, the troopers picking it up and bringing it back to Canton. So at any time they could have looked at the house and they could have taken a picture. She wasn't trying to hide her car. I mean, they took her to the hospital. Then she came home. She was met with, yeah, the no pictures right there. Just, I mean, if I was, I'd want to scream. If I was sitting in that courtroom, I'd be asking. They'd have to throw me out because I'd be, question. Do you have any photos prior to you taking it to the police station? Exactly. If first of all, let me just say, if Karen did this, now I'm gonna try to think, and I'm gonna see if y'all are with me. Let's just say that I did that. Let's say that I was so angry at the man I love that I thought to myself, now would be a good time to kill his ass right in front of a cop's house. Okay, that's number one. Number two, once I go home, I'm going to make sure, as you said, I'm going to check that car and I'm going to take a trash bag with me to the car and I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm going to wipe it all down, get any little smatterings around, right? Clean it all up, put it in that bag, and then I'm going to tie that bag up and I'm going to put it under. I'm going to raise up, I have one of those SUVs. So you raise up the floor and then I'm going to tuck it up underneath the spare wheel so that you can't find the bag. Okay. That's number two, right? Then I'm going to go to sleep, or at least pretend to go to sleep. And I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until he's found, until I'm notified that he's found. I am not going to go looking for him. I am not going to call him a good 50 plus times. And I can see doing that. When you're pissed as all get out, you betcha those calls are going to fly. But if I killed you, why would I call you? If I killed you, I have nothing to say. If I killed you, I'm not going to be asking you where you are. If I killed you, that'd be the dumbest thing in the world, to sit there and stay awake and just freaking out and panicking and messaging you every few minutes to find out where you are. I'm assuming at some point she did fall asleep. But my gosh, people, there's no way. So, if she would have done this, yeah. Okay, Margaret, the niece is a witness to Karen Reed getting the call and what time. And what concerns me, yeah, she would be. I'm sorry, she would have been a witness to Karen Reed getting a call, what time the call came in, and how Karen Reed acted. Instead, what they've done is they've tried to plant things in her, Box Clover, you're fine if you want to believe that. I'm not quite sure how you come to that conclusion, but you have that. I mean, okay, that's your thought. I'm going to say the majority of people that you will speak with, that you will find in polls that have absolutely no skin in this fight. Some of them live in different countries, even. So we have a wide, humongous variety of people that have watched this trial, and we tend to disagree. So, all right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to read this letter by Michael Proctor to Lieutenant Tully. Now, this letter is dated April the 6th. Okay. And, okay, good. We don't either. It's about, okay. What we're not going to do is we're not going to have an argument. Okay, Box Clover, it's okay. We're not going to argue with you. You can sit here and listen, and who knows, maybe you'll find something that you didn't know before. Okay, so on January, yeah, exactly, April the 6th, 2022 is when it was written. However, this was done on January 29th at 11:30 in the morning. Okay, I'm just telling you we're not gonna, and I'm just letting other people know we're not gonna. We're just not gonna argue. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions, whether we agree or disagree. Whether I understand how you got there or you didn't, I'm sure if you're on the opposite side of me, you wonder how I got here. I can accept that. That's human nature. Okay, so what we have is April the 6th, it's dated from Michael Proctor to Tully. It's the interview of Jennifer McCabe, and as follows. On January 29th, 2022, at approximately 6:04 a.m., the Canton Police Department received a 911 call for a male party, John O'Keefe, discovered unresponsive outside of 34 Fairview Road. Canton Police, Fire, and EMS responded to the scene. Canton Fire and EMS were dispatched to 34 Fairview Road for an unresponsive male discovered outside in the snow, and CPR was in progress. Man, that has a whole lot. I mean, that's a lot of repetition. Canton EMS transported the victim to Good Samaritan Hospital, where he was determined to be deceased. Prior Prior to being discovered, the victim was at Waterfall Bar and then traveled to 34 Fairview Road for a gathering with friends. Present at the Waterfall Bar and the residents of Fairview Road, I just need some coffee, was Jennifer McCabe. Sergeant Bukaki and I met with Jennifer on January 29th, 2022 at 11:30 a.m. and agreed to speak with investigators. Okay, so guys, I don't have mods because there's not enough of me. I have no reason. Um, yeah, okay, Box Clover, Coffee Cake, if y'all want to respectfully ask each other questions, I have no idea if you respectfully have a conversation about it. So you know, I don't think Coffee Cake is trying to argue with you. I just thought that you might, if you do talk, yeah, Box Clover, I know how do you say his name. My my smart ass attitude comes out because you see, I have absolutely no respect for that person, and so I have no problem making it funny. I'm sorry, Margaret. What did you want me to say again? That I need some more coffee? No, I'm just kidding. So I'm not sure what you want me to say. Okay, so see, that's a fair question. Coffee Cake is just asking, saying, I'm not arguing. I'm asking what she's guilty of. Just want to know why you feel that way. So, therefore, Boxer Clover, she's asking you how did you come to decide that she was guilty? It's a respectful question, and you can respond to that in a respectful manner, I would assume. I mean, I wouldn't have to fight to give my opinion. So, if she's asking, or he, I'm sorry, but if someone is asking your opinion and you would like to voice it, please feel free. Okay. And yeah, see, and if I was going to just have a chat, I could go off on that because even the proof shows Karen Reed was home. No, absolutely not. No, no, none of y'all are being disrespectful. I'm just saying that because, first of all, I'm very new at this. Second of all, I don't have anybody that can watch the chat and make sure that there's not a fight. So I'm just kind of saying I'm a you can have your opinions, you can share your opinions. I'm just asking that if one person does start to argue, then let's not get involved in arguing. That's all I'm saying because I'm a peaceful person. I don't have issues. Okay, so all right. So yes, Margaret. Let me read what you said. So Margaret said, you said Jen agreed to be interviewed, and I thought Jen called investigators back. She couldn't wait to add details. Correct, but that was Officer Lank, I believe. I think it was Officer Lank. So you are correct. That statement that did in fact happen, but it wasn't with Bukaki and Proctor. So you are right. There you go. All right. So I'm so sorry. I'm still thinking about my coffee. Jennifer and her husband, Matthew McCabe, arrived at the waterfall bar in Canton Center at approximately 9 p.m. on Friday, January the 28th. At the waterfall, they met a group of friends for some drinks, food, and watched a live band. At approximately, now see, I don't know why we had to talk. Okay, I'm not going to keep getting sidetracked on this. I'm not going to do it. I can do another one with my attitude. So I'm going to try my very best. At approximately 11 p.m., John O'Keefe and Karen Reed entered the waterfall bar from C.F. McCarthy's bar. Jennifer and John have been friends for a long time and met Karen when the two started dating 2 years ago. John walked into the waterfall wearing a baseball hat, jeans, and sneakers. I'm going to interject here that he forgot to put a shirt on before he went out drinking. Jennifer, and there's one other person as well that has that same. It's so funny. One other person gives the same description, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, it might just be me reading her second one where she's talking. He didn't have a shirt on at all, according to Jennifer. Jennifer observed Karen walking into the bar holding a drink with a vodka mixed drink inside. I can't read this and not interject. You have no idea if she had a vodka drink inside. Just because that's her, you don't know. You don't know. And you don't know how many drinks that she took. So, and there's only one other person as well that said that they saw her with the glass. So, all right. So, with the vodka mixed drink inside, she left C.F. McCarthy's with Jennifer. With she left C.F. McCarthy's with that. I'm so sorry. I'm making it a mess. Jennifer stated there was no arguments amongst Karen and John or anyone else in the waterfall. Jennifer stated John and Karen did not appear to be overly intoxicated when they arrived. As the band was cleaning up, Brian Albert invited everyone back to his house at 34 Fairview Road, Canton. As everyone began to leave the waterfall, Jennifer observed John and Karen leave together. John texted Jennifer at approximately 12:14 asking where to. Jennifer responded to John's text with the address 34 Fairview. Jennifer spoke with John at 12:14 a.m. and provided him with the address. So that would be that same little text, I guess. At 12:18 a.m., John called Jennifer to inquire where exactly the house was on Fairview Road. While at 34 Fairview Road, Jennifer observed a large black SUV on the street outside of the house and went to the front door. The black SUV did not pull into the driveway, but parked on the street by the entrance of the driveway. Jennifer observed the black SUV parked out front and texted John, "Hello, pull up behind me," at 12:31 a.m. Jennifer texted John again at 12:40 a.m. Hello, where are you? And then again at 12:45 a.m. Hello. When Jennifer sent the last text to John, she observed the black SUV drive away and assumed Karen and John went home. The problem with the text messages is Karen Reed was not there at that time. She was already reconnected to the Wi-Fi at One Meadows. So there you go. Jennifer stated John did not reply to any of her other text messages. Jennifer stated she observed the vehicle parked on the street by the driveway, facing in the direction toward Chapman Street. Jennifer then observed the vehicle travel along the road toward the left side of the property in the area of where John was discovered in the morning. Very important that everybody's got to say her vehicle was over there by where he was found. That's just, Jennifer and her husband left the residence at approximately 1:30 a.m. and went home. Now remember, y'all, this is the very first write-up of their interview with Jennifer, so it does change quite a bit. All right. At approximately 4:53 on January 29th, Jennifer received a call from John's niece. Karen was on the phone, hysterical and looking for John. Karen told Jennifer that she went home alone last night and last saw John at the Waterfall Bar. Jennifer had to correct Karen and told her they left the Waterfall Bar together and went to 34 Fairview Road. Jennifer told Karen to come to her house and they will go look for John together. And remember that. Jennifer told Karen to come to her house and they will go look for John together. Karen arrived at Jennifer's house in her black Lexus SUV. Jennifer stated that she drove Karen's car back to John's house where Carrie Roberts met them. While driving back to John's house, Karen stated to Jennifer, "Could I have hit him? Did I hit him?" Karen also told Jennifer about a broken taillight on her black SUV. Once Karen, Jennifer, and Carrie arrived at John's house, they looked at the broken taillight. Jennifer stated she observed a broken, cracked right taillight to Karen's SUV. Now, this is really interesting here because remember how they kept saying that someone had messed with the Ring camera? You know, they kept talking about messing with the Ring camera and that Karen had the ability to go into that program and adjust it or change it or do whatever. Well, the interesting thing with that is they kept trying to say, well, there is no Ring footage because Karen took it off. First of all, when would she have had time to remove it? Please tell me. And second of all, why would she have removed it? That makes absolutely no sense because Karen Reed apparently, I don't know, I've not heard out of her mouth the answers to the questions. So far we've got everybody answering and saying what Karen did, but it's all from their viewpoints. So that just kind of, prosecution kept hammering home about the missing footage. And when you spoke with the when the defense was talking about the Ring video information, there was nothing deleted according to that report. So hold on. Okay, Boxer Clover, I keep getting sidetracked by the comments because first of all, if you do remember, or I can say that I did see Turtle Boy on the court steps telling people to back off, we're not going to do this. So in public, he did that. I do realize that he does get on his lives and he's got a definite amount of dislike for John's mother. I can't answer to to that. I can't answer to the fact that he, like the rest of us, are flabbergasted that Mrs. O'Keefe doesn't see this is. I mean, this is there is no way this happened. You know, I feel for Mrs. O'Keefe, as I'm sure do other people. Of course she would. I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother. It would break my heart. But I also watched Mrs. O'Keefe during the trial. I saw her snickering and giggling as Proctor's horrific messages were read out. I mean, that was supposed to be businesslike. And then I saw her with a shock on her face when Alan Jackson at the end said, "Shame on you, sir, shame on you." So we can all go back and forth and know it. No one is trying to mess with her heart. Okay. So, yeah, they should really. Okay, this isn't going to work. I'm not going to be able to actually read it and do these. The conversation is, yeah, I guess I'm just going to have to pre-record it. You don't think finding your dead boyfriend in the snow causes confusion or shock? And the only thing that I heard Karen screaming was, "Is he dead?" And you could hear her. She was being recorded, and you could hear her. She was hysterical. She was beside herself. So I just don't get all this. I mean, yeah. I also don't believe that, you know, there's a dead man on your lawn and nobody's concerned about the people in the house. That makes no sense either. So I don't know. I'm going to have to learn to. I got to read this. I know you were talking about Miss O'Keefe. Do you not think Karen Reed suffered in what she found? She found her boyfriend dead in the snow. Well, we're not going to give her any credit for that. We're not going to give her any credit for being hysterical. What we are going to do is we're going to condemn her because she was looking and she saw him. So because she saw him first, she's guilty as hell, right? That's the evidence. All right. Um, okay. Jennifer and Karen got into Carrie's vehicle to go look for John. Karen was in the back seat. Jennifer was in the front passenger seat. Jennifer described the weather at this time as snowing heavily. Jennifer stated the first place they went to look for John was 34 Fairview Road. They traveled down Chapman Street and took a right onto Fairview Road. Just prior to the front yard at 34 Fairview is a group of trees on the left side of the road. Immediately passing the group of trees, Karen stated, "I see him." Jennifer stated with heavy snow, her and Carrie could not see John and did not know what Karen was talking about. The three exited the vehicle. Carrie began wiping snow off John. Jennifer called 911 and Karen laid on top of him for warmth and stated, "Oh my God, did I hit him?" That is out of all of this is out of Jennifer's recollection. We don't know what all thoughts were placed in Karen's head. We do know Karen had been drinking. We don't know how much. We know she didn't get a whole lot of sleep. So I'm going to say I can completely understand that she was just beside herself. And that's just the end of that. I mean, that's my opinion of this situation. Jennifer stated that with the heavy snow. So we see that the big thing is Jennifer with the heavy snow saying there's no way, basically, unless you knew where the body was, right, that you would have seen him. But what about two people in the front seat having conversations, one person in the back seat glaring, staring, praying. If he's here, let me see him, and sees him or sees who I mean, it could have been something else, but it happened to be him. So John was discovered on the left side of the property, the area where Karen's SUV was last seen earlier that night, with approximately 6 inches of snow covering him. Jennifer stated Karen began mouth to mouth, and when she discovered John's blood on her face, stated, "Oh my God, do I have my period?" Use your First Amendment all you want. Just, you know what, guys? Just let Boxer just put whatever he wants or she wants or whatever they are. Just, we don't have to respond. I mean, um, I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to keep looking over there for that. Somebody can let me know if something really bad is put in there, and I'll remove it, because I don't want ugly stuff on here. But somebody just wants to, I guess they're bored, because if you're so against, if you don't believe what we're saying, I'm not sure why you're here, but you're more than welcome to continue. I mean, I got I got kids, I got grandkids. I'm old. Everybody's got their opinion, but I can't address that opinion while I'm doing this. So let y'all y'all don't have to pay attention to it either, right? And I'm not being ugly, Boxer, but if it's going to cause any hostility or problem, I didn't say you did. I'm just, because I'm only watching bits and pieces. I swear I feel like I'm at my house. Let me explain my house. My house is my husband, myself, my daughter, my three grandchildren, and my daughter's partner. I feel like I am a, what do you call those? See, here goes my nana brain. Referee. So I apologize if I said you said something about Karen. Okay. I'm explaining Nana Brain. Nana Brain is, I kind of just group it in. I don't have what I used to have when I was younger, where I could read and do whatever and then look over here. And I just don't want animosity. I know that it can be really, really bad out there. And I just don't want that in here. So, my apologies. I'm just saying that we are all, yeah, I know I've been around a long time, but what I'm saying is I don't like to ignore. I don't like to have an issue. I mean, and I personally think as adults, we don't need that. So if people want to respond to you, I'm going to hope that they do so respectfully. And if you respond to them, you seem to be being very nice. So, however it may go, but I'm just right now. I already did my refereeing this morning around stuff in the house, and I came on here to get out of that. So, where was I? Now, this I find really interesting, and yeah, I'm jumping all around, guys. It's like, duh, did I read this correctly? Using a cell phone application called Life 360, which works, Jennifer was able to provide the following times. 5:39 a.m., Karen arrived at the McCabe's residence. Now, I'm going to say right here that my daughter does the Life 360. And if you're not in the Life 360 and you pull up to my house, my Life 360 is not going to tell me I have a visitor, because you're not in the circle. You're not on that. But maybe she's got one that works different. But my daughter uses that. It works very, very good. We've yet to have a problem with it. At 5:46 a.m., Jennifer, Karen, and Carrie arrive at John O'Keefe's house. 5:53 a.m., the three leave John O'Keefe's house, and at 6:04 a.m., they discover John outside 34 Fairview. That wraps up Trooper Proctor's interview of Jennifer McCabe at 11:30 a.m. on January 29th, 2022. So now we're going to go and we're going to find out somebody else that interviewed Jennifer McCabe because it's in here as well. Here we go. This one's interesting. It's not dated on the top, but this one's interesting. This one is from Trooper Kathleen Prince. Hey guys, I'm going to take, you know what I think I'm going to do? How about this? I'm going to split this up because nobody has come to give me coffee. And I am going to take a, I don't know, 15, 20, or 30-minute break. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to start again with this email. So I think that that's okay because then it's not, really, really long. And I hope that I have been able to explain. Thank you, Boxer. I love my coffee. Um, I hope. See how sidetracked I go? Now, mind you, at my age, I can sit here right in the middle of talking, having a conversation, and completely forget what I'm saying. I do it all the time. So I'm trying to pay attention and watch. But if that's okay, guys, I'm going to do it live simply because those that may want to sit here while I read it can. I venture, and sometimes I'll try to do the pre-recorded, but I'm gonna I'm gonna try lives for a little while. So I'll be back, and let's see, it's 3:30. It's almost 4 o'clock my time, so I will be back by 4:30. Is that okay? I know. No, and I sit here with my phone, right? I got my phone right here. I got my phone right here, and it's so funny because my door, I'll hear it open, and nobody comes in. And then I'll tell them I'm doing a pre-record, which is fine because just message me and I'll pause. Then when I'm doing lives, and for some reason, normally the door opens a good 15 minute times. Today, when I'm asking for some coffee, it ain't opening, y'all. So I'll be back. I'm gonna come back at 4:30, maybe a few minutes sooner, and I'm gonna cover the next one. Okay. And I'm not really good at ending it. Oh, it's 4:56 your time, so at 5:30 your time. I'll be back by then. Does that sound good? And if y'all catch me, you catch me. If you don't, hit the replay because I'm going to read all of these statements because there's a lot of conflicting evidence in it. I appreciate you all getting along, and I will be back. Bye.